companies working for collaboration, exchanges, and toward a shared community, a community with a shared destiny. We have spent very memorable 3 days in Wuzhen. As the conference draws to its conclusion today, we are very delighted to have invited Deputy Director Liu Liehong of the Cyberspace Administration of China, as well as Mr. Gao Xingfu, Vice Governor of Zhejiang Province, to today's press conference to introduce the achievements we have made in the conference. So first of all, Deputy Director Liu. Dear friends from the media, good morning. Over the past days, you have been very hard. We have a very tight schedule. This, however, forms a clear contrast to the tranquility of East China's Zhejiang Province in this beautiful water town. This, however, also enables us to feel the great speed at which Internet is developing. By today, the 6th WIC, the World Internet Conference, has completed all items on its agenda. Amidst uncertainties of international landscape, this conference, the World Internet Conference, provides a platform for exchanges, communication, dialogues, and practical cooperation to promote the global governance of cyberspace toward an even healthier and sound governance system. Therefore, it has huge significance. Under the great support of the sponsors, the organizers, and our staff, as well as our friends from the media, this conference has achieved fruitful outcomes in both exchanges of ideas, breakthroughs in theories, exhibitions of applications, as well as economic exchanges, contributing to the development of cyberspace around the world and injecting new vitality into this process. So here, I will now brief you on the general status of the conference as well as the achievements it has made. First of all, this conference has a very focused theme. President Xi Jinping of China attaches great importance to the World Internet Conference, and he has sent a special greeting or message congratulating the holding of the conference, in which he gave a brief account of the development of the Internet over the past 5 decades, its current challenges and opportunities. And in this letter, he also envisage an even brighter future for Internet moving forward, and he also proposed important ideas on the governance of cyberspace, as well as his wishes for its even better tomorrow. The suggestions that President Xi Jinping gave to cyberspace development show his great concern for the welfare and benefit of all humanity, and this is also an important move to show China's sincere willingness to collaborate with other countries toward shaping a community with a shared future for mankind. This conference has therefore benefited from this aspiration from President Xi Jinping as well as the country. Huang Kunming from the Department of Publicity of Central CPC Committee attended the meeting, and he also summarized the important achievements of Internet industry over the past decades, tracing back to the founding of the People's Republic of China, the initial development of this industry 5 decades ago. And he advocated for open, inclusive, mutually beneficial cooperation among cyberspace communities around the world to carry forward the governance of cyberspace around the world. The participants of the conference centered around the important ideas proposed by President Xi Jinping have held very extensive discussions. For example, how Internet can benefit humankind in an even better way. The exchanges of civilization in this era of information, protection of cyberspace security, media integration into cyberspace, etc., reaching new consensus in many areas. This conference has pooled the wisdom of all participants to form good suggestions. Shortly before the conference, the organizing committee published a concept document on working together for a shared community of cyberspace. And this is very much reflecting the important ideas of President Xi Jinping. This document addresses 4 principles proposed by President Xi Jinping for cyberspace governance, as well as 5 stances expounding on the backdrop of having this kind of governance, its basic principles and framework. This document, its release, has aroused a lot of responses from around the world in this industry. It has talked about the close relationship between the community of a shared community of cyberspace with a shared community of mankind, proposing China's central stances for cyberspace governance, showing the responsibility of a big country as China. It has also, the conference has published a lot of achievements on theoretical exploration and applications. As one of its important achievements, the World Internet Development Report, China's Internet Development Report, have drawn wide attention. The World Internet Report 2019, China's Internet Development Report 2019, both documents have reviewed the historical progress of Internet or cyberspace, 50 years for the world's cyberspace and 25 years for China's cyberspace development, and also highlighting new progress and changes in the current world. These 2 reports have analyzed the opportunities and challenges that this Internet industry is currently facing and looking forward into its bright future. They have formed 5 consensuses. These documents have provided a very important intellectual support for global cyberspace governance. This year's World Internet Conference has a very focused theme with extensive discussions involving science and technology, industry and economy, society, collaboration, and governance. So these 4 important sectors have a total of over 20 forums. We have important international organizations, enterprises, and scientific institutions, etc., have participated in the conference. And we have over 80 representatives at the level of ministers around the world participating in the conference. The conferences have highlighted AI, 5G, and open source zinc chips. These are all cutting-edge technologies. It has also entailed the protection of adolescents, as well as cybersecurity and the governance of cyberspace ecosystem. The speeches at the conference were so excellent. They contributed important insights into new era of cyberspace governance. Thirdly, this conference is very forward-looking. As one of its important contents, leading scientific and research results release activity has drawn a lot of attention. This year's release events have contributed a very grand feast for both science and technology and culture, and has given good awards for different applications of cyberspace. A total of 15 representative science and technology applications and products. This provides participants a window into the future of Internet. This year's World Internet Conference focuses on cutting-edge technologies and new development trends, and positions itself as a conference for collaborative development in future, publishing new technologies and applications around the world. We have about 38 countries and regions with 601 enterprises taking part in this conference. This conference takes the form of keynote speeches and guest speeches, providing a lot of products and technologies release platforms for a lot of enterprises and institutions. Aside from that, during the expo, we have also had digital economy events in which over 100 digital economy enterprises have published their needs for recruitment, employing a lot of talent. This expo has attracted a lot of visitors, amounting to over 100,000 people. The Global Internet Conference is a new event held this year in this year's World Internet Conference aimed at promoting global innovation. This is actually a competition event. So since April this year, this competition has attracted over 400 projects to participate in the contest with very high quality. And just now we have had the finals of this competition. After fierce competition, we have awarded 1 first prize, 2 second prizes, and 6 third prizes. During the conference, the NDRC and the CAC, that is the Cyberspace Administration of China, have also published China's pilot zones for digital economy. For Zhejiang, Hebei, Fujian, Guangdong, Sichuan, Chongqing. So these 6 regions, these are pilot zones, and they were given the plates for pilot zones. This work has therefore been launched. And fourthly, this conference has won wide acclaim with warm response from a lot of participants. It has attracted a lot of international participants with a lot of diversity. We have over 20 minister-level representatives in participants, as well as over 40 representatives of international organizations, as well as a lot of representatives from industry of internet, as well as conventional industries around the world. We have also 11 awardees of international fame International Fame Hall of Cybernet, as well as awardees of the Turing Prize. From its preparation onward, this conference has attracted global media attention. We have 159 media agencies with over 600 journalists around the world have provided coverage on the conference and its achievements. The results of the conference are promoted worldwide, and we have also held 5 press conferences or releases during the conference to further expand its influence. Dear friends, the successful holding of the 6th World Internet Conference can never happen without the great support of the sponsors, organizers, as well as the support of different countries around the world, as well as the excellent report of journalists around the world. So here I would like to show our deepest respect to you and thank you for your hard work. Wuzhen is a very age-old town in this very beautiful landscape of Zhejiang. Let us meet again in Wuzhen next year. Thank you, Mr. Liu Liehong, Deputy Director of CAC. And now let us give the floor to Mr. Gao Xingfu, Vice Governor of Zhejiang Province, for a briefing. Dear friends from the media, just now, Deputy Director Liu Liehong has published the important achievements made at this year's conference. This is due to the great efforts made by all staff workers as well as our journalist friends from around the world. So on behalf of the provincial governance of Zhejiang, I would like to extend our warm gratitude to all of you. President Xi Jinping attaches great importance to this conference as he sent a congratulation letter to this conference and proposing the initiative for global cyberspace governance, which has received a lot of warm response from around the world. And the Zhejiang Province and this government are very much encouraged by the successful holding of this conference, as well as the congratulatory letter sent by President Xi Jinping. We are very confident to move forward with all of you to promote cyberspace governance. In terms of the technology and cooperation, I would like to give you the following achievements of the conference. The first is that we have seen a lot of fruitful events and outcomes. First of all, in terms of technology and application, this conference has provided cutting-edge technologies and new achievements in applications. The CAC and relevant authorities of the State Council and the Science and Technology Ministry of the Ministry of Science and Technology of China have jointly held the Light of Internet Expo starting from the 15th of this month. It has provided a venue of 40,000 square meters as exhibition venues, doubling the size last year. We have 601 enterprises taking part in the exhibition, including Epson, BMW, etc. So we have a total of 107 overseas companies and institutions participating, representing an increase of 1/3 based on last year's number of overseas entities. We have attracted over 100,000 visitors, reaching a historical high in the history of the conferences. So this year's conference is truly a success. And this expo has held over 100 release events for cutting-edge technologies, including 5G, AI, cyberspace security, big data, and IoT. So in these fields, we have seen new technologies, new products, and new applications. We have shown 15 extremely outstanding technology applications, and they were released in this world. Second is centered around the Internet of Industry. We have held extensive discussions. The Cyberspace Administration of the Zhejiang Province has given great support to these events, which have drawn a lot of attention from different walks of life. These events show the great potential of the Internet of Industries to the world. China, France, United States, and Japan, we have departments from 12 countries, as well as representatives of businesses. A total of 150 people attended these events, talking about the trends of digital economy development models, as well as future opportunities. The Zhejiang Province has also collaborated with another authority to hold a release conference promoting cooperation at a higher level, reaching 6 results. The first is Hangzhou new type pilot zone for new type online exchange center. The second is the Zhejiang branch of Internet of Industry Research Institute. And the third is to build a software town characteristic of Hangzhou. It has attracted over 5,000 participants. And the participants have vowed to establish common standards for cyberspace innovation, as well as platforms right here in Hangzhou. And another aspect is to build the 5G innovation network in Hangzhou. Another aspect is a lot of seminars have been held in innovation and cutting-edge technologies. We have held also the Wuzhen Internet competition, which is the first program to be included in the World Internet Conference under the support of the CAC and organized by the Zhejiang Province. This is an international event of competition in Internet industries. We have participants participating in different categories of contest, and we have screened. We have managed to include over dozens of projects from around the world, and this competition takes the form of both offline and online competitions after a lot of processes like semi-finals, as well as the finals, which just concluded in the morning. We have provided a total of 10 prizes, including first prize, second prize, and third prize. Another achievement of this expo is that we have provided a new impetus for cooperation in the industries, and we have reached cooperation agreements with 12 participating projects in the Internet competition. These events have enabled us to explore a new innovative system for cyberspace development, as well as providing a platform for capital involvement. The place where the conference was held also provides a lot of awards, giving the participants that have won the awards. So in future, we expect even greater outcomes. Digital economy and industry collaboration have reaped very strong benefits, providing a bridge between the capital and talent, as well as technology. So we have held about 10 matchmaking events bridging this kind of gap. The Digital Economy Conference has resulted in about 70 billion worth of investment, nearly doubling the amount last year. This has provided new impetus to digital economy development in Zhejiang Province. Many institutions have jointly initiated the Innovation Lab for Capital Investment in Internet. There have also been matchmaking events, face-to-face exchanges, so that startup companies can find their investors. And we have also had recruitment events, actually resulting in the employment of 2,000 jobs. A lot of companies use this platform to publish their information for recruitment. These kind of matchmaking events have provided a lot of support for collaboration around China. And those that engaged in the startup business have amounted to over 5,000 people. Using these events as a platform, we have also seen very extensive discussions between different communities, technology communities, startup communities, and capital communities on jointly collaborating on new projects. Centered around new cutting-edge technologies, this conference tries to make itself as forward-looking as possible. And after extensive screening, we have selected over 60 projects that are highly innovative in terms of representing the cutting-edge technologies of cyberspace, showing the latest achievements with 5 characteristics. First is this conference is characterized by these projects are characterized by concentrated cutting technologies, interactive experience, high-definition display, and intelligence, and benefiting people's livelihood. So these projects have also become a window for comprehensive showcase of Wuzhen's technology application. The digital economy of Zhejiang Province has been developing fast. First of all, the digital economy has become a very important driver, a new growth engine for economy. In Zhejiang, in 2014, we have seen this year the amount or the volume of a digital economy amounting to 2.3 trillion yuan on 2014 levels. The innovations of a digital economy have emerged one after another. We have forged the Internet of Industry platform, converging different technological innovations. We have Ali's Feitian 2.0 operations version, Xuantie automatic zinc chip, and City's Brain. So a series of innovations and products have drawn people's eyeballs with ever-increasing vitality and vigor. So digital economy has played a vital role in Internet. The online retail in 2015 in Zhejiang accounted for 66% of all retail sales around the province, and mobile payment has shown very high momentum. Digital economy, therefore, has provided this means of economic development, and Zhejiang Province is a leader, one of the leaders in China's digital economy. We have fostered a series of leading enterprises and institutions. By June 2019, digital factories, workshops have reached a number of over 100, and automatic robots have reached about 18,000 in Zhejiang. This conference also represents a lot of increases in many aspects over the last year. Digital economy projects, for example, has reached over 1,600. Digital economy enterprises, over 900, with a registered capital of 19 billion RMB. China's first 5G intelligent court among 50 5G applications have settled in Wuzhen. These are the forerunners in this industry in China. They are now entering the daily lives of our citizens, our residents. And we are also using this conference as a platform to share its outcomes as an exemplary effect to affect other areas. This platform, we are going to continue to build on it by continuing to adhere to the important requirements and principles raised by President Xi Jinping, as well as our own implementation here at the Zhejiang Province. Will continue to push ahead the development of digital economy so that the digital economy can continue to be an important driver for province-wide economic growth. It is a great hope to continue working with you. The beautiful province of Zhejiang welcomes you and looks forward to seeing you next year in Wuzhen. Thank you, Mr. Gao Xingfu, Vice Governor of Zhejiang Province. And this is the conclusion of the press conference. And let us see each other again in next year's Wuzhen. Thank you.